Ever wondered why your muscles grow when you exercise and shrink when you don't? It's a question as old as the first flex in front of a mirror. And today, my friends, we're going to dive into this muscle mystery. First off, let's establish the basics. Your muscles are pretty much like Play-Doh. They can expand, contract, stretch, and yes, even shrink. This is all thanks to a wonderful process called muscle plasticity. When you exercise, your muscles go, "Hey, we need to get beefier to handle this workload." So, they grow. But when you're lounging on the couch binge-watching your favorite shows, they're like, "Why bulk up if we're just chilling?" And so, they shrink. And that, my friends, is the super simplified version of the muscle growth and loss story. But what's the real science behind it? And how does exercise play into this? So, let's dive in to understand these muscle phenomena better, shall we? First off, let's talk about muscle growth. It's all about the proteins, folks. You see, when we think about muscle growth, it's easy to picture bulging biceps and iron-pumping gym sessions. But the real star of the show is happening at a microscopic level. It's a process known as protein synthesis. So, what's protein synthesis? In a nutshell, it's the process by which our bodies create new proteins, which are the building blocks of muscle tissue. After a workout, your muscles are like a construction site. They've been broken down, and now they need the right materials to rebuild and become stronger. This is where protein synthesis steps in. During protein synthesis, your body takes the amino acids, the building blocks of protein, from the food you eat and uses them to repair and grow your muscles. This is why it's so important to have a diet rich in protein when you're trying to build muscle. Now let's talk about diet and nutrition. You know the saying, "You are what you eat"? Well, it's spot on. If you're not getting enough protein in your diet, your body won't have the necessary building blocks to repair and grow your muscles. Think of it like this. Imagine you're building a house, but you only have half the bricks you need. No matter how hard you work, you're not going to be able to finish the house. It's the same with your muscles. If you don't provide them with enough protein, they won't be able to grow and strengthen after a workout. So the next time you're planning your meals, remember the importance of protein. Foods like lean meats, fish, eggs, and dairy are all great sources of protein. And don't forget about plant-based proteins like beans, lentils, and nuts. To sum up, muscle growth is a complex process that involves breaking down and rebuilding muscle tissue. Protein synthesis plays a key role in this process, and a diet rich in protein is crucial for muscle development. In essence, when you exercise, you're telling your body to build a better, stronger version of yourself. But what happens when you stop exercising? Why do muscles shrink? Well, let's dive into something called muscle atrophy. It's a fancy term for the decrease in muscle mass, and boy, it's not a pretty sight. Think of your muscles as a group of partygoers. When you're regularly exercising, it's like throwing a constant party for your muscles. They're all having a great time, growing, bulking up, and getting stronger. But what happens if the party stops? The guests start to leave one by one, and before you know it, the place is empty. That's atrophy for you. When you stop exercising, your muscles lose the stimulation they need to maintain their size. It's like your muscles are saying, "Hey, we're not being used. We're out of here." Now, how about muscle use and disuse? It's pretty straightforward. If you're using your muscles regularly, they stay strong and large. But if you're not using them, they start to shrink. That's because your body is super efficient. It doesn't want to waste energy maintaining muscles you're not using. So it breaks them down and they get smaller. But there's a silver lining here, folks. It's something called muscle memory. This is a phenomenon where your muscles remember the strength and size they once had. So even if you've taken a break and your muscles have shrunk, once you start exercising again, they can grow back to their previous size much faster than it took to build them in the first place. Pretty cool, huh? In essence, your muscles are like a boomerang. You can throw them away by not exercising, but they'll come right back when you start working out again. But remember, the longer the break, the harder it is for them to make a comeback. So the less you use your muscles, the more they shrink. It's a use it or lose it kind of deal. So how exactly does exercise influence this whole process, you might ask? Well, let's dive right in. Exercise, specifically resistance training, is the spark that lights the muscle-building fire. In response to the strain of lifting heavy weights, your body rallies the troops in the form of protein molecules to repair the damage and build stronger muscle fibers. But what about endurance training like running or cycling? These exercises, while fantastic for heart health, aren't as effective for muscle growth. Instead, they build muscle endurance, not size. The key here is balance. A combination of both resistance and endurance training will give you a well-rounded fitness profile. Resistance training for muscle mass and strength, endurance training for cardiovascular fitness and stamina. A word of caution though, overdoing either can lead to muscle loss. So moderation is key. Thus, the type of exercise you do can significantly impact your muscle growth and loss. So, what's the bottom line here? We've delved into the mysteries surrounding our muscles, highlighting the power of protein in muscle growth and how, without proper care, our muscles can undergo the dreaded shrinking act. But remember, it all boils down to two things: regular exercise and a balanced diet. Exercise is the key to unlocking your muscles' potential. It challenges them, pushes their limits, and triggers growth. On the other hand, a balanced diet, rich in protein, provides the necessary building blocks for this growth, supporting your muscles as they get stronger and bigger. But beware. Neglecting exercise or proper nutrition can lead your muscles into a shrinking act. They'll lose their strength and size, leaving you weaker. So make your muscles a priority. Stay active, eat well, and give them the care they deserve. Remember, your muscles are in your hands. Exercise regularly, eat right, and they'll serve you well. Until next time, stay strong. Before we wrap things up, let's get interactive. Your journey to understanding your muscles doesn't have to end here. We encourage you to take your newfound knowledge and put it into action. Start by assessing your current lifestyle. How regular is your exercise routine? Is your diet providing the right amount of protein? Remember, it's a balance of these two that will lead to optimal muscle growth and maintenance. But don't stop there. Share your muscle-building journey with us and our community. Did you find a workout that particularly challenges your muscles? Or perhaps a protein-packed recipe that's now your go-to? Share it in the comments below. We're all in this together, and your insights could be the inspiration someone else needs. And finally, if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, show us some love. Your likes, shares, and subscribes not only motivate us to continue creating informative content like this, but they also help us reach more people who could benefit from these insights. So, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe to our channel for more Muscle Mania. Stay tuned for our next video, where we'll delve deeper into the world of fitness and health. Until then, remember, your muscles are in your hands. Stay strong and keep growing.